Okay, so we have our corporate goals, we have our strategy, and we are monitoring the execution and adjusting as needed. The last thing we need to do is not manage our inventory correctly. We either have too much inventory, which means we're using up cash. We have product on the shelf that we're not selling. That's either going to get lost or damaged or go out of stock, or sorry, go out of style. There's nothing good that happens to inventory that is sitting on your shelf unless it's fine wine or really nice cars. That's kind of the joke. Now, the other opportunity is to not have enough inventory. And now you've brought all the effort to bring a customer to your doorstep that's ready to buy, and you don't have the product to sell them. You're going to lose that sale and you may lose that customer for life. Now, when you have multiple suppliers with different lead times, and if you're importing from China, you may have Chinese New Year's. You've got lots of different time frames to worry about in terms of how and when your product gets delivered. You may have one or multiple warehouses, and then you have multiple sales channels. That whole complexity is very difficult for any buyer or buyer team to manage. And the irony is, this is one of the best areas to put analytics to work. We use our forecast and statistical calculations to make sure that you've got the right inventory at the right time. And then that allows your buyers to use their skills on the conditional elements. And those conditional elements are varied. They could include how many products are you going to put in a container that you're going to ship overseas. Often you'll buy more or less of a given product than a forecast just to make sure that you've got a full container. You may have minimum order levels. You may have marketing efforts where they're going to run a special on something that's not necessarily forecasted. You may have new product introductions that you don't have a forecast for, so you're still trying to figure out how much inventory should I bring in. All of those problems we can solve using InsightQ, but let's just talk about day-to-day operations and how you manage the overall inventory flow. The first thing we want to point you to is safety stock. Now, if you're using any kind of a non-statistical safety stock calculation, like 3 months demand or 3 months supply, or just a fixed supply, your safety stock is wrong. And if the safety stock number is wrong, then you either have too much cash in inventory or you have not enough inventory to meet demand. So no matter what, it's going to be wrong. You need to have a proper statistically calculated safety stock number, which we have, and it updates every week. So your safety stock number, actually that number here, right in the middle of the screen, that will change every single week. We also give you the amount of cash that you need to have ready for your accounts payable for the number of units of product we're recommending for you to purchase based on the forecast. We have current inventory level. We match that to your balance sheet. We have your optimum inventory level. And then we show you your excess cash in inventory. That's product that will not be sold according to the forecast during the lead time of whenever you order the product and it takes to arrive. So that's excess inventory. And then lost revenue. This is inventory that you do not have or will not have when a purchase comes based on the forecast that we have of demand. So at some point, you're going to run out of stock. Now down here, I'm going to show off this table. This is kind of a big table for customers. This can be many pages long. And you can see we have deliveries here. That delivery is either what we forecasted for the delivery or what you've put into your system that says when the delivery will arrive. Once you override the forecasted delivery, then this all recalculates again and tells you whether you're going to run out or not. Down here is the history of the given item that you're looking for, or items, and then the forecast. So you visually can have an idea of what that forecast is and does it match what you're expecting. So let's go through what the buying process might be for a given a buyer. Let's say you've got 4 buyers and each is responsible for their own supplier or group of suppliers. So we're going to see what their inventory is. And right now you've got it by product category. Let's go all the way down to the SKU, because usually you're going to order a SKU. And this is going to be a little bit like the 3 bears. The first one we're going to pick is not enough. You're out of inventory here. We had a minus quantity of inventory. We had a delivery of 310, so it went up. We were able to sell those, but you can see here we're calculating how much revenue you're going to lose because you don't have time to buy that. Then the next bear is going to say you've got too much inventory. So you have about $3,500 in excess inventory here. You do not need to have that much inventory. And then we're going to show you one that's just about almost right. You can see there is no excess inventory. There's no excess cash in inventory. We've got 38 units today. We have a delivery that's scheduled, so we'll bump up to 70 units the following week. And then this is tracking demand. Now you can see the lead time says this will arrive in July 7th, and that may be the true lead time, or it may be the overridden delivery date that you put into your system that we pull in. And we'll have 14 units is what we're calculating. You'll have 14 units by the time that arrives. Now the safety stock is calculated at 41. So you're below the safety stock. We would have liked to see that purchase back here about 2 weeks ago. But the point is we give you the quantity we recommend, but for a buyer, they can quickly see where they are for any given product or product group visually to know whether they're ahead or behind their ordering. And what happens is because you're using our AI machine learning, that forecast gets more and more accurate, and your buyers get more and more accurate. So the whole buying and inventory management gets more focused and more accurate along the way. You end up without that excess inventory in your warehouse, and you make sure you've got the amount of inventory that you need to meet demand. In the last video, we'll just kind of give an overview of how InsightQ got started, what's the whole purpose behind it, and why I found that this was the tool that I needed to be productive as a CEO of a brand or distributor or manufacturing company. Okay, thanks.